there, welcome back to my channel. I am so glad that you are here hanging out with me, and I hope you're doing okay. All right, well, let's go ahead and get into this story here, shall we? As you may already know, Teddi Mellencamp, Real Housewives of Beverly Hills alum, also I think she did currently doing a podcast with Tamara Judge, also another fellow cast member as well, has shared her ongoing health battle with her cancer diagnosis, in which she has now shared, I want to say about a month ago or so, that she is at the stage 4 for melanoma cancer. During the time frame that we have, been through this journey with her, as much as what she has shared, we also had gotten the news, I would say maybe in a few months before that, in regards to the fact that her and her husband unfortunately made the decision to part ways. And then it seemed like things changed in a real drastic way in her cancer journey, in which they have now decided to put a pause on those divorce proceedings, at least for the time being. So I thought that when I came across this sharing, I thought it was, quite heartfelt, quite brave, in order to, look at the perspective of the family and what it would mean to kind of go through something like that, like a divorce during this, really fight for her life. Now, Teddi, as you may know, if you've been following, any part of her journey on social media, she's been so gracious to really share the things that she's gone through. She's been through several surgeries, brain surgeries, to remove tons of tumors and so forth. So she's really been through it. Also, she has really kept a real positive outlook and, just attitude towards fighting this, situation here that she is in, and, really trying to put out the awareness and, just really bringing us in to having a greater understanding of what she actually is going through day to day, or, however she is comfortable in sharing. And I do find that to always be so beneficial and helpful for people to see other individuals who may unfortunately be afflicted by the same types or just similar situations as they do, to know that they're not alone, and also maybe can find, respite in that situation, or resources or help or information that could help in their situation with themselves or with maybe family members or friends that they know of. So anytime that an individual takes such a serious situation and is able to share and be open and transparent for others to be able to benefit from the knowledge and the information, whether it's to, look at situations that are more proactive in testing and getting yourself checked out, or what to do maybe in situations where you're already in, maybe things that you need to look for, all these types of things. I always find that to be really a helpful thing when someone is open enough and transparent enough and able to do that. And, we should be so very grateful for when they take the opportunity to do that, because these journeys are, and most cases are very much a personal journey. So that being said, I did, I kind of felt like there might be a situation of conversation that would come about where there might be a pause to the divorce. Mainly too, they have very young kids that have to, go through this journey with her. And, right now, Teddi's really looking at how much time and what she's doing, spending her time with her children in current state, and how they're doing to make it the easiest way they possibly can in such a difficult situation. She's not giving up, which is always, the way we want to go, right? Keeping that positive attitude. And, it helps you to keep fighting. And so I really do find her remarkable for doing that. And anyone else who is in that situation, who is able to have that kind of forthright and move in that same way. So let's go ahead and get into the sharing and specific about the divorce update. And yes, let's go ahead and get into that. So now this sharing is actually being brought to us by USA Today. It shares that Real Housewives star Teddi Mellencamp shares Edwin Arrowwave divorce update amid cancer battle. Now, Teddi Mellencamp and ex Edwin aren't legally exes just yet. The pair hit pause on their divorce and are still living together while she's getting treatment for her stage 4 melanoma. We're not a couple, but we are still very close friends, Mellencamp says. And I think it was an effortless decision for him to make sure that he was there for me and the kids when this happened. Mellencamp shares 4 kids with Edwin, Slate 12, Cruz 10, and Dove 5, plus stepdaughter Bella. Now, everybody wants everything to be so black and white, but sometimes it isn't exactly that, she adds. It's like, okay, we're all going to be there for this. Yes, we were nesting. Now this is how it's going to work. This night is going to be your night. This is going to be mine. She and Edwin have been more fluid with their schedules, especially as doctors told her she shouldn't feel immense stress during this time. What could cause stress? Going to court and getting divorced, naturally, right? These are the types of things that would just really put a hamper on what is the most important thing, and that's her getting her situation set for the healthiest way that she can fight this diagnosis. So I'm so glad that they were able to look beyond the situation of whatever got them to the point of coming to a divorce, that they were able to do that. Because I don't know all the details, and you may know more as to what made them come to that conclusion and that decision. But for them to be able to get beyond that and look at what was actually important at the time and to be able to make that decision, I think was a really healthy one to make. She's in a state of appreciation for everyone in her life, including Father John Mellencamp, but is focused on making time for her kids. What's the number one thing they want her to do on a given week? Well, she tries to work that into her schedule and listens to her body if she's not up for it. That doesn't mean her kids totally understand what's going on, even though she's spoken to them about it. Cruz, for example, wondered if she might be contagious. And Dove just wants to get a matching haircut. She laughs. Mellencamp's frightening diagnosis, though, hasn't stopped her resolve. She's taken it day by day. She says, I'm feeling positive, but I also would say that my mood and my overall energy level shifts by the hour. And totally understandable. We know that that is from just, experience. A lot of us who have had family members, as I have myself, had family members and friends, unfortunately, who have been afflicted with, different forms of cancer and have, unfortunately, are no longer with us. And so, it is a situation that touches so many of us. I've also had friends that were inflicted, or had family members who were inflicted with a cancer diagnosis and have made it to recovery. So, it's a mixed bag, as we all know. It's a very serious disease, no matter which version of that disease you may have. And so being able to set aside certain things that are just not that important right now, if you can do that, it only helps to strengthen the resolve for the individual, as we could all imagine, to be able to continue the fight without having to worry about other things that just at this point doesn't really matter, right? And in this case for them, that's what they were able to do. So yes, definitely prayers to Teddy Mellencamp and all her family, her friends, her loved ones. Thoughts to her children as well as she treks through this. Really appreciative of Edwin, being able to look outside of himself as well, and anyone who's in the situation who's able to do the same thing. Because again, as I say, we talk a lot about celebrities here. I'll talk about non-celebrities as well, right? But these are real life stories, real life issues that can happen to anybody. And so it's really important to understand that there is no difference other than maybe net worth. And sometimes maybe not even that, maybe it's just the ability to hide certain things and not really be as transparent about other things when it comes to that as well, right? That's for a different time and different video. But these are type of things and decisions that just regular folks who are non-celebrities who have to make every day in their lives as well. So, keeping that in mind, this is one thing I always say, and many of us, I hope, feel in the same way. We all that we have, and to be able to come together, and anyone to be able to do those things, be a caretaker, caregiver in these type of situations, they should be commended for that as well, because that is a very difficult place to be in as well, not only emotionally, but could be physically, depending on the things that need to take place. But coming together as family, when you sit there and make the vows, right, to commit to someone, this is what you want to have happen in regards to, as far as having a partner who understands what's important and can get together with you even in the most darkest of times. So yes, definitely prayers and thoughts to Teddy Mellencamp, her friends, her family, and loved ones. And of course, thank you so much for being here and taking a listen, taking a watch. I think that'll about do it for this particular video. Definitely leave your thoughts respectfully down in the comment section. I'd love to know what your thoughts about, the choice and decision they made. And, if you have stories that you want to share, comfortable and wanting to share, feel free to share them down there below. We are a community. And yeah, I just definitely appreciate those opportunities when you guys, check in and, let me know what you're thinking about the stories that are being shared here as well. And definitely, I will be dropping a couple more videos on the platform for today. So make sure you keep your notification bells on so that way you don't miss those. I'm definitely going to want to know your thoughts and commentary on those videos as well as I'm going to share mine. And if you are new here, well, welcome to you. Okay. And I hope that you will hit the subscribe button and be part of the family because I would so love and appreciate for you to be here. And yeah, for those of you who are already part of the family, thank you so much for continual viewing and listening support. As you know, I appreciate it so very, very much. And so with that, I'm going to bid you adieu. You take care, stay safe, be blessed. Make sure you have your all notification bell on. Okay. And come back for the next one. See you then. Bye.